शुरू में एक बच्चे ने पूछा था कि सर सिविल लाइबिलिटी फॉर न्यूक्लियर डैमेजेस एक्ट, हाउ इट हैज हैम्पर्ड इंडिया यूएस न्यूक्लियर डील। इसको भी थोड़ा सा समझते हैं। देखो, वी हैड भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी। भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी में क्या हुआ, एक फैक्ट्री, एक कंपनी की गलती की वजह से so many people suffered, and then when it came to compensation, the amount of compensation given was much lesser. So during Manmohan Singh era, we started signing nuclear deals. We wanted that this time when these companies provide us with defective material, there should be a lot of liabilities on them. There should be a lot of liability on them. Suppose US हमें कोई nuclear power plant provide कर रहा है, and that nuclear power plant is defective, the components there are defective, what should happen? US जो कंपनी ने उसे प्रोवाइड किया उसके ऊपर लाइबिलिटीज होनी चाहिए। तो फॉर दैट वाज पास्ड व्हाट लॉ इन द कंट्री? CLND, सिविल लाइबिलिटी फॉर न्यूक्लियर डैमेजेस। व्हाट वाज पास्ड? CLND was passed. अब आफ्टर passage of CLND, US became unhappy. Rest of the countries were fine. They signed civil nuclear agreement with us. But US ने साइन नहीं किया, and US have criticized two of the clauses, section 17B and section 46. इनको समझ लेते हैं, पूरे लॉ को नहीं समझना, but this section 17B and section 46, why they are problem, let us understand that. वैसे name itself will tell you what is civil liability for nuclear damages, what is CLND, will name tell you that, है ना? अब US and India का civil nuclear deal agreement has not happened. We have signed it with Japan, we have signed it with Australia, we have signed it with Canada, we have signed it with Russia, and they're providing us raw material, they're providing us equipments, etc. But US के साथ sign नहीं हुआ है। एक बार 2016 में, when Barack Obama had come to India, Prime Minister Modi announced कि deal is final, and at that time the left parties had said, दिखाओ तो deal क्या है? Did you give reprieve to them? Did you allow them कि वो डैमेज करेंगे तब भी नुकसान नहीं होगा, तब भी लायबिलिटी नहीं होगी? बट द डील वाज नेवर मेड पब्लिक, एंड देन इट इज अंडरस्टूड कि वो डील कभी फाइनलाइज हो ही नहीं पाया। इंडिया और यूएस का डील, सिविल न्यूक्लियर डील, हैज नॉट बीन फाइनलाइज्ड। व्हाई हैज इट नॉट बीन फाइनलाइज्ड? यूएस हैज रेज्ड two provisions in the act. One is section 17B. Section 17B is about recourse liability. What is recourse of liability? Recourse, course देना क्या? डायरेक्शन देना, recourse करना, redirect करना। recourse, ये section 17 भी बोलता है कि देखो, अच्छा ग्लोबली क्या होता है, स्टैंडर्ड क्या है? स्टैंडर्ड इज दिस: if he supplies me nuclear material, equipments, etc., I am the operator. मैं अपने देश में न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट चला रहा हूं। If something goes wrong, operator is responsible. सप्लायर ने जो इक्विपमेंट दिया आपको वेरीफाई कर, you are operating it, you are responsible for it. But section 17 भी बोलता है कि operator can recourse liability on supplier if the supplier has provided defective equipments. कॉमन सी चीज है, ऑब्वियस सी चीज है। What is it saying? It contains provisions on recourse liability on suppliers. This allows a liable operator, I mean operator who is liable to pay liability. It allows a liable operator to recover compensation from a supplier in case accident was caused by provision of substandard services or defective or faulty equipment. कॉमन सी चीज है। यूएस सेज नहीं, दिस इज अगेंस्ट द इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड। इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड ये नहीं है, हमारी कंपनीज विल बी इन unnecessary trouble. So section 17B is one of the issue. Other issue is section 46. Section 46 क्या बोलता है? Section 46 in very layman languages, it says that under this law, whatever liability has been imposed, this will not prevent people from going to court for more liability. Under this law, if under this law, a fine of 100 crore rupees is imposed on some company. Fine, 100 crore has been imposed. But if people are unhappy, if people think that's not good enough, they can still go to court for more liability. Do you get this? Do you understand it? This is this comes from Bhopal gas tragedy's experience. Initially, the company may have given some small amount of liability, but later it was realized the damage that has been done is impacting many generations. and this liability needed, the compensation needed was much higher. Compensation that should have been given should be much higher, right? And therefore, what is this saying? Under section 46 provides that nothing would prevent proceedings other than those which can be brought under the act to be brought against the operator. कि इस एक्ट के अंदर जो proceedings उसके against हो रही हैं वो तो होंगी. Nothing would prevent any other proceeding. This is not uncommon as it allows criminal liability to be pursued where applicable. Civil liability is about compensation. You may file criminal cases also. Nothing is preventing you from going there. अब यूएस का कंसर्न ये है कि यार then there is no limit on liability, no. So taking insurance etc becomes difficult. Insurance companies would say, what is the maximum fine that you may have to pay? 500 crore. Then premium is this. But when there is unlimited liability, then premium amounts are very high. So this is another cause of concern which has hampered or which has not allowed India-US nuclear deal from getting signed. Section 17B and Section 46. So CLND में सब नहीं पढ़ना है. But whenever you revise this booklet, Section 17B, just ये heading, ये highlighted portion देखना. Recourse liability on supplier, you will understand. Unlimited, potentially unlimited liability, you will understand. Okay. Now, nuclear bombs तो कुछ नहीं है. आप जो अपना U-235 है उसे 90% कर दो. कोई कंट्रोल रॉड नहीं. 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स, 9 न्यूट्रॉन्स, 27 न्यूट्रॉन्स, 243, 729. आगे नहीं आता मुझे. मल्टीप्लाई, कीप ऑन मल्टीप्लाइंग इट बाय 3. बहुत सारा रिएक्शन एक साथ हो जाएगा. देयर इज नो कंट्रोल रॉड, नथिंग. तो when that happens, that is bomb वाला situation. तो यूरेनियम से, प्लूटोनियम से bomb can be created. अभी Trinity nuclear test is the test which happened in US when nuclear bomb was developed. अब Trinity nuclear test के जो impact रहे हैं, recent studies have shown that this test was held on 16 July 1945, but recent studies have shown that radioactive fallout from Trinity reached 46 states of US, Canada and Mexico within 10 days of detonation. How much of the fallout still remains is difficult to calculate. तो जो पहला nuclear test हुआ, Trinity test हुआ, उसके impact has been very huge. That is what recent studies have shown.